All right, I think I'm live.
Why isn't this moving? Hold on. Oh, now you wanna. Oh, hey, Nacho Lover. I was waiting for somebody to come in the chat. How are you? Hey, 12 Red Hot Fire. How you doing? Yes, it's good to be back. I had to take a little break and focus on some written work and other things. Yes, y'all strolling in, y'all diddy dallying in. I see y'all taking a little bit of time to come in here. Hey Tuli, how you doing? Hey Tiffany. Hey The Arrow. Hey Curly Zoo. Hey Amora. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hey New Moon. All right, people are coming in. Hey Tyrell, how you doing? Hey November Nicole. Yes, happy Sagittarius season. Yes. Unfortunately, Sagittarius season it's on its way out. But we still going to get into some Sagittarius stuff tonight. But also, I have a sponsored video that I'm going to present as well. And as you can see by the title of the video, it's called The Astrology of Going Viral. But before we get into the main topic, I'm just going to be talking about some current events. I'm going to be talking about what's been going on with me and all that good stuff. Hey, Shine Star. Hey, Kawaii, honey. Hey, Sam. I know, like, cause Sagittarius season, that's fun season. It's turn up season. And now we're about to get into Capricorn season. You know, Capricorn is more sobering. It's more about getting down to business, getting back to work. But even though, Capricorn season, it starts off with the Christmas holiday, that's the early part of Capricorn season. So it's not all about work. Hey, DS. So I'm waiting for a few more people to file in before I get started with some current events. And then we're going to segue into this sponsor video. But I hope everyone is doing well. What have y'all been doing with yourselves lately? Have y'all been like experiencing any new things, new job, new relationship? Hey, Siobhan. Yes, full moon in Sagittarius. No, you mean new moon. But yeah, November Nicole said Capricorn. But yeah, Capricorn season's on its way. So that's the time when it's time to get disciplined. And it makes sense because right after Christmas, start of the new year, people start to want to get more disciplined, especially in terms of eating. The people are resolving to lose weight or to get their life back on track or to get their act together and all that type of stuff. But I love Capricorn. I love the sign of Capricorn, but I love Sagittarius as well. And speaking of Sagittarius, shout out to all my Sagittarius viewers. What's up? Happy birthday to y'all. I recently had a birthday. I turned 50 years old. Like, I'm getting old, y'all. Time is winding down. Let me tell you. Hey, J Bot, time is winding down. And I'm going to share some things that I've learned over the years. Hopefully, that'll help people who are younger than me so you don't make some of the same mistakes I made. But I'm here to tell you that life runs fast. Like, life goes by fast. Like, I can't believe I've been on this earth 50 years already. Like, it's crazy how fast time goes. And one of the main lessons that I learned is that time is so valuable. Even when you're young, you really can't afford to waste too much time because before you know it, you're going to be 30 and then you're going to turn around and then you're going to be 40 and then you're going to be like, damn, now I'm 50. What have I done with my life? What have I accomplished? What do I still want to achieve? Man, so yeah, treasure your time on this earth. You only get one life as you are, the person as you are. Now, I know there's people that believe in reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation too. But we only get one life as who we are. So you might as well make the best of it. And guess what? Problems are going to come all the time. So I'm like, in between those problems, you really got to live life according to your own will and the way you see fit. So if that means having to go through life being single as opposed to being in a relationship, because every relationship you get in, you can't really fully express yourself the way you are meant to express yourself, or you can't be free in some ways, then be single. Because again, time is not going to wait for anybody. And why waste your time being unhappy if you have a choice? November Nicole said, "You don't even look 50." Thank you. You still fine because you is Sagittarius and your moon in Capricorn might give you the Benjamin Button, right? I do feel like, I'm not going to say I feel like I'm aging backwards, but I do feel like I'm kind of aging like fine wine. I will say that. I mean, there are some aspects of my appearance that I am looking to change over the next year or so. And Pluto is rising in my solar return chart. So that's going to prompt me to make some changes, namely, shed these pounds that are just clinging to me. And a big part of that is because I'm in menopause now. And for some women in menopause, it's really hard to lose excess weight. I'm not fat, but I'm not where I want to be. But I'm getting there. And I'm cutting out some things in terms of food and drink that is contributing to my challenge with losing weight. So that's a big step for me because I can be very stubborn with my Taurus South Node about foods that I like. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Free Spirit. Yes, Capricorn equals time, and I'm always conscious of time, the time that I'm spending. And the older I get, the more I value my personal time and my quiet time and just having peace. Anybody that's trying to, infringe upon my peace, I can't deal with. Now, again, shout out to all the Sagittarius. One thing, a lot of y'all got Pluto and Sagittarius, my younger viewers. I have two children with Pluto and Sagittarius. And one of the things I like about the Pluto and Sagittarius generation is their dark humor. And they just have a funny way of, like, their humor is just so edgy, and it's like they never cease to amaze me, just like what they come up with the memes and the reels and all that type of stuff. So shout out to the Pluto and Sagittarius generation. Oh, thanks for becoming a diggable planet, Free Spirit. Welcome to Mars. And I'm gonna be posting some videos in the future for members only, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, turning 50. And I'm proud to say I'm 50 again. I don't like the fact that I'm in my 50s, really, but I do like the fact that I'm still living because I got a lot more work to do. I got a lot more fun to have, and I'm not trying to check out no time soon. So if I have even a good 30 more years on this earth, I'll be grateful. And Sagittarius is the sign of gratefulness. Now, one of the themes of Sagittarius, let me just talk about Sagittarius for a minute. Hey, Abu, fellow Sag, my Sag brother. Happy belated birthday to you. And my son, he recently turned 23 as well. But I hope you spent your birthday doing something fun or doing something that you really wanted to do. But and I hope your solar return is looking good. Oh, thank you, Justin. But oh yeah, so let me just talk about Sagittarius for a minute. So, distance. Distance is one of the major themes of Sagittarius, of course. Sagittarius rules long distances, including long distance travel. And that distant theme is all too real. As a Sagittarius, I can be distant. So it's not just about distance in terms of physical distance. Sagittarius can be distant in terms of their emotions, just in terms of dealing with life, dealing with family, even. And that can be where we can really annoy people because sometimes we can be too distant. And sometimes it can be hard to get a hold of us because when we are up close and personal, we give so much. We basically are very over the top with it. So we do need to maintain a healthy amount of distance just to be able to recharge and regroup and to feel whole again. Because I mean, you've seen it. Like when I've done live streams, I'll be on live for like 5, 6, 7 hours, but then you may not see me again for another what, few weeks, a month. And I ain't even gonna lie, the distance, again, being a Sagittarius, it's what I need. It's so fulfilling. And sometimes I really have to check myself because I'd be like, wait a minute, I haven't been back on YouTube. And how long? Oh, let me hurry up and get back. Because it's like, it's weird. The longer I stay away, the easier it is to remain away. And that's how Sag can be. Like Sagittarius has this loner side where again, sometimes we just want to go off on our own and explore and just, be very philosophical or travel or things like that. So I just want to apologize for my Sagittarius ways sometimes when I appear to be distant or if you haven't heard from me in a minute, just know that, all is well. But yeah, we just need our space. We could be very distant at times. And like texting and phone calls, that's one of our challenges. We're not really good at texting, especially if it's like this back and forth type of texting, or we might see a text and be like, okay, I'm gonna respond to that person. And then like 8 hours go by and we're like, damn, I forgot to respond to them. Or even a day will go by and we're like, damn, I forgot to respond to them. And a lot of times, because again, we're focused on more bigger picture things instead of the minute details and things that are just common. November says Sagittarius is Forrest Gump when he go on that marathon and all those people follow him. Yeah, pretty much. And we are built for, again, long distances. Justice said, I'm used to it. I have 3 Sagittarius cousins. They're all distant as hell. Yeah, and I always tell people, don't take it personally. I always be saying this to my family, my mother in particular. She gets it now. But when I was younger, she didn't understand like why I was so distant. And then when I was a teenager, she didn't understand why I needed to run the streets. Like the more she restricted me, the more I would like sneak out and like just go and have fun. Because again, I needed to be free. I needed to spread my wings and just, experience certain things as a teenager. And I would beg my mother for a curfew, and she would never give me a curfew. For that's her Mercury and Capricorn. But she would just be like, "No, you're just not going out," and I'd be like, "Okay, we'll see about that. Yeah, you go to bed around 9 o'clock, okay." So yeah, a couple of times I did get caught out there, but Sagittarius is the sign of the runaway. So yeah, that's something to think about. And I did run away one time. And it wasn't even like, oh, I'm like running away for good or anything like that. It was like me and my mom, we got into this little, disagreement, and it was over my boyfriend. And then I ran with him. And I spent like a week over at his house hiding out. But yeah, Sagittarius, we're going to have our freedom one way or another by any means necessary. Those are the true Sagittarius. Of course, you're going to have some exceptions to the rule, but the distant theme, yeah, it's all too real. Another another theme of Sagittarius is to be extra. That for me is all too real. Perfect example. Tonight I made dessert and I got this, that brand Crusties. They make like biscuits and they make like cake mixes and stuff. So I had a desire for like an apple dessert. So I got some of that Krusties. It's like this crumb cake mix. And then I didn't just want the crumb cake. I needed something extra. So I was like, okay, let me get some apples. So I cut up some apples and then I cooked them down, put some cinnamon and sugar and butter and nutmeg in them. So the apples were all nice and cooked down. And then I made the cake mix and then I put the apples on the first layer and then put some more cake mix on top. When I tell you that shit is banging, oh my God, it was so good. I had it with vanilla ice cream. But we always gotta be extra as Sagittarius. Like what is presented a lot of times ain't enough. We need some pizzazz, or like my daughter would say, put some razzle dazzle on it. But yeah, if I'm eating ice cream, a lot of times I like to, add, even if it got like chocolate chips in, I might add some extra ones up in there. But yeah, being extra. And that's because Sagittarius is an extraordinary sign. And that's why it naturally clashes with signs like Taurus, because Taurus is the sign of normalcy, conforming. It's very much an ordinary sign. And then Sagittarius also clashes with Virgo, and Virgo is about routine, drudgery, regularity. Sagittarius also clashes naturally with Cancer. Cancer is about closeness. And automatically, with Sagittarius being distant, those two signs really aren't going to be very compatible with each other. Even though the love of my life was a Cancer. But it makes sense why nothing really ever came of that. But yeah, now I just want to share with y'all some of my pet peeves as a Sagittarius. And some of these pet peeves you might understand, some you may not. So, the chief pet peeve that I have is nagging and nitpicking. And that comes from Virgo. Virgo is the nag and the nitpicker. So, if you're going to nag me, you're not going to get very far. And it's funny how there's people that claim to know astrology and they always forget this fact about Sagittarius. First of all, Sagittarius don't like being told what to do. That's number one. So if you're going to tell them what to do and then nag them about it, yeah, a lot of times we'll take a longer time just off of principle. And Sagittarius is the sign of principle. Just off a GP, we'll just be like, okay, we're going to drag our feet a little bit longer since you want to nag me. Or we might put a rush on it and not do as great of a job as we would have if we weren't being nagged. So that's one of the things, to be on a Sagittarius good side. Don't nag us. We can't stand that. And don't be all petty either. Sagittarius don't like pettiness. So, yes, pettiness, very Virgo, nagging and nitpicking, very Virgo. So, that's one of the chief reasons why Virgo clashes with Sagittarius. Thank you, Adora. Thank you so much. Hey, Cheems. People who are clingy. Not just clingy, but the needy, clingy type of people. That's one of my pet peeves because I was raised to be very independent, very self sufficient. But again, I know not everybody was raised to be that way. It's easy for me to not be clingy because I have two Aquarius parents and both of them have Mercury and Capricorn. So they really didn't raise me to be a clingy, needy person. They raised me to be very independent. So I naturally expect that of others, but I realize not everybody is like me. Not everybody is self sufficient. But I do find that to be a pet peeve, especially people who are extra clingy and extra needy. Just BO5 says, same with Taurus a bit. Don't be rushing us, right? Taurus does not like to be rushed. Another pet peeve I have is closed minded people. As a Sagittarius is about the expansion of the mind. It's about higher knowledge. So you're not really going to attain higher knowledge if you're closed minded. So people who are closed minded, a lot of times that could be your Taurus individuals. Some Capricorns could be closed minded as well. Any sign could be closed minded depending on what's going on in their chart. But two of the most closed minded signs tend to be Taurus and Capricorn. And those are two earth signs. So Yeah, closed-minded people, I really don't have time for them. And it seems like closed-minded people also, they tend to come across as very confident or overly confident in terms of what they know. Like people that claim that astrology is hogwash and it's not valid in any way. Those type of people. My fourth pet peeve is idle chatter. People that are just running their mouth, but they're not really saying anything. And, that's on more so your Geminis that will do that. Just talk, 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 but you really ain't saying much. So I really don't have time for idle chatter, especially the older that I get. Sometimes if you're just sitting somewhere by yourself, somebody will come up and then just start striking up a conversation. Or what's really annoying is if you get a Uber or a Lyft and the driver wants to strike up this conversation with you and you're like, wow, just shut up and drive. But yeah, that type of stuff. Because a lot of times I'm in deep thought. So I don't need somebody coming in with their little trivial concerns and, just small talk occupying my time. Because again, time is very valuable to me. I'm a Capricorn moon rising. All right, my fifth pet peeve is liars. And not just liars, but people who are blind to blatant lies. I'm at the point where I really don't have tolerance for people like that either. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to explain to you the signs that show you that this person is clearly lying. Like, it's real blatant. It's right in front of your face. So those type of people, I'm just like, yeah, keep it moving because you're just dumb, deaf, and blind, and I'm not going to waste any time on you. Shift your lips in the part, JJF. Sam said, that's what I loved about driving for Uber. Most people had no problem with me not talking to them. Exactly. Okay, for all you Uber, Lyft drivers out there, most people don't want to have like a little conversation with you. Most people ain't trying to get to know you unless it's another Gemini. All right, number six. Now, this one is a little controversial because I might have some people that speak like this, and I apologize in advance. But the other day I was on Instagram and maybe I can find the post. Hold on. Because I gotta play it so y'all can hear what I'm talking about. Because I don't want y'all to take it the wrong way. Let me try to find it real quick. And this is where it's sometimes Sagittarius can come across as, a little pompous. And this is where I can be a little pompous, I guess. Hold on. Okay, where is that? It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that. I don't like Instagram now. Okay, I was about to say. Taking an eraser. Nope. Okay, here it is. All right, y'all listen to this dude talk. Okay, so one of my pet peeves is dudes from the South. Usually it's dudes, but some women do it too. And I think Georgia is one of the offending states. But that real thick Southern accent, where it's like that hood type of Southern accent, I call it plantation speak because it sounds like they're fresh off the plantation. But let me play this guy who's talking. Working at the airport is not for the weekend. I've been up there 3 weeks already, filming a little security job on the side game. I don't see too much shit. Passengers come up to you crying because they finna miss their flight. They getting sent to the wrong gate. All type of shit. I'm talking right now, mind my business and shit. Passengers come up to, oh, can you please move? I'm right here trying to tell her which way to go. She's so worried about missing her flight. The bitch don't went the wrong way. I said, bitch, go to the wall, make it right, go downstairs to the Escalade, go down, get on the train, get off the big concourse. This bitch still run straight all the way down. Bitch, you missed your flight now. I got 10 minutes. It's over with now. You feel me? That's
every day you got motherfucking workers who work in the goddamn bathroom and shit. Who supposed to be cleaning the bathroom? These motherfuckers in the bathroom all day smelling shit and piss all day. I'm like, how the fuck y'all do this shit? Who is y'all boss? Who's y'all supervisor? Why they having y'all stand in the bathroom? I went to the bathroom and I said, "Gang, you're like, you know you ain't gotta stand here." Damn.
That's what somebody, because I wrote in a comment, Thule, I said, is English his second language? Because I could barely understand what he's saying. And somebody said, they was like, that's the ATL accent. And I was like, God damn. I'm like, it sounds like he's fresh off of the plantation. Like, this is like 1798, like we're talking about. Before abolition. Like, this is crazy. Let me play some more.
Like, bro, we gotta stand in here, clean the bathroom. When everybody leave out, we gotta go clean it. I said, so you smell shit and piss all day. Mind you, the passengers ain't got no remorse, no sympathy. They don't care about nobody else. No folk being out shitting, foreign, all type of shit. I'm telling you, be smelling. That shit so disgusting, gang. I've been down trying to use the bathroom, my baby on my phone, bro. I can't even do it. I can't. Soon you walking down, talk smell hit you. Smell hit you. I immediately turn back around. I said, I can't do this shit. Damn, I then gotta go to the basement and use the bathroom and shit. You know what I'm saying? Too much going on. Then the workers who be cleaning the bathroom get mad when you come in while you trying to clean. Fuck.
You know what? He sound like a black version of the dude from King in the Hill. What was that guy's name where you couldn't even understand what he was talking like? Yeah, he sound like a black version of that dude.
I gotta use it, nigga. I don't give a fuck you get here cleaning up. You don't want nobody to come in while they clean the bathroom. Nigga, you want me to use? You want me to pee on myself? Man, I'm not doing it. You don't watch out. I'm not using it one day. Trying to use the bathroom real quick. You feel me? Before my shift start, I had to get knocked right on the motherfucking stall I'm in. Why are you knocking on the stall I'm in? I'm thinking it's a passenger. You feel me? I'm like it's 6 other open stalls.
Yeah, Boomhauer.
And I'm starting. Come on, gang. You know I'm cleaning the bathroom up, bro. All right, so fuck you want me to use on myself? No, nigga. Yeah, clean it again when I leave. Fuck you talking about. The unified workers, people push the wheelchair. They don't.
I can't imagine like some dude trying to holler at me with that accent. I would be like, "What did you say? Huh?" But yeah. And don't get me wrong, I like some southern accents. I really do. I even like the Louisiana accent. But this one, I'm just like, "Oh my God. Yeah." Scary to me because I'm like, it's 2025 and we're still talking like that in some areas. Sean Starler said, I understand him way better than Boomhauer, though. Cameron said, hey, Cameron said, damn, this sounds like a stroke. The guy at my corner store is from Mississippi and he talks just like this. I don't even pretend to understand him anymore. Yeah, it's just crazy to me how in 2025 there's still people in this country that basically speak almost like a whole nother language than English. Or, they speak English, but it's more like pidgin English. But that's one of my pet peeves too. And that could be because I got Mars and Gemini. All right. Another pet peeve. And people are starting to speak out about this more. And for anybody that does this, I apologize in advance. But people wearing bonnets in public. And I'm saying people because now I'm seeing more men wearing bonnets too, along with women. And I'm like, I really get steamed when I see a man with a bonnet on his head. But women wearing bonnets in public, stop. Just stop it. Like, it looks crazy. Especially, like, sometimes it looks like they got a chef's hat on, but it's like, different colors and stuff like that. But keep the bonnets in the home, please. For 2026, can we do better? Please. No bonnets in public. No pajamas in public either. Especially like going to get breakfast. Yeah, it's breakfast, but damn, put some clothes on. Or, being at the airport. Let's try to dress. Oh my gosh, Shine Starla, that's my number 8 pet peeve, Crocs. I know some of y'all got Crocs on right now, but that is one of my pet peeves, seeing Crocs. I can't stand them. And I feel like they're a sign of the deterioration of society. The fact that so many people are wearing Crocs, men, women, children, old people. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get that. They say Crocs are comfortable and stuff, but how come everybody that got Crocs, they look dingy and dirty? I rarely see anybody with like fresh Crocs on where, they look nice. They always look dingy and dirty. And I just be thinking about where those Crocs have been. But yeah, Crocs, that's my another pet peeve. Amora said bonnets with PJs is trifling. I hate Crocs too. Yes. Can we please discontinue the Crocs in 2026? Please. Yes, that's right. My Venus and Libra is very offended by the Crocs and the bonnets. And that's usually the only time I can be a little bougie. Like seeing people with Crocs on, seeing people with bonnets. What's another thing that like kind of like I'm just kind of peeved about? The very long eyelashes. I could be a little peeved about that, but not nearly as much as the bonnets. All right. Another one. Now I gotta pull up an image for this one. Hold on. I don't even know his name. I hope it comes up. Okay, yup. Here he is. Wait, I need a GIF. Oh, that's why I gotta put GIF. Hold on. Where are all the GIFs of this guy? All right, let me just pull it up on here. Give me a minute, y'all. This dude, pet peeve. Oh my God. I wish he would just go away. 2026, can we please cancel this dude? Please. What's his name? Oh yeah, I am Big Groove. That's his name. Look at him. Hold on. Ew. And people be like, yo, he's too big to be dancing like that. Wait a minute, it's loading. Give me a minute. Maybe later. Look at his big, burly ass. He is such a Yes, he's still around. He is a straight up clown. Yes, if cringe was a person. His name is I Am Big Groove. And he needs to be canceled in 2026. So basically what he does is he'll be at a restaurant and he'll be eating food, and because the food tastes so good, he'll just get up and start dancing like this, setting black people back centuries. Yeah, shucking and jiving for real. Just embarrassing. Awkward letter say he needs to stop. He making our people look bad. Exactly. Like a Mr. Bojangles or something. Exactly. Now people who slurp their soup, that don't really bother me. But yeah, I just can't. Not with this dude. But yeah. So let me see. So him, so that's number nine. Number 10. Number 10 pet peeve, and I think a lot of people have this pet peeve, is spoiled bratty children. People that cannot control their children when in public. People who let their children just run wild. And I don't care how cute the kid is. If the kid is bad, bratty, spoiled, they're not cute to me. That shit ain't cute. This whole soft parenting needs to stop. You see what's happening now. A lot of these kids are growing up and killing their parents. A lot of that's due to that soft parenting. You know, you don't want to hurt little Johnny because he's your son, but he about to burn the house down. There's no way in hell. I mean, I just don't, I can't imagine allowing a little 2 year old to punk me. But that's what's going on nowadays with these modern day parents. They're scared of little 2 and 3 year olds and 4 and 5 year olds. I'm like, little kid, if you don't go sit down somewhere, like, I just don't understand it. But again, they're raising little hellions. And that's another thing I don't have time for. And then lastly, my last pet peeve. Oh, does anybody, please tell me, does anybody know this guy's birthday? What's his name? I am Big Groove. Let me see if I can find his birthday. He's given a lot of watery energy. The guy that I showed that was dancing. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a heavy dose of Cancer energy up in his chart. What's his name? Big Groove? Or I am Big Groove? Birthday. He's a Gemini, which means he probably does have some heavy Cancer energy. Let me see if I could get the whole birthday. June 7th, 1993. I gotta pull this chart real quick. Hold on. Hold on to your love. Hold on to your love. Now I'm getting tongue tied. Him being a 7 explains why he loves to dance, explains the videos, and also that 7 can cause somebody to humiliate themselves. 7 can be a bit buffoonish, or you could say clownish. All right, what's his name? I am a Big Groove. That's his name. Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Let this groove slip into you. It's all right, all right. He needs to dance to that song. Just move yourself and fly like a 747, and you know it's okay. All right. Let this groove. He was born in Germany. I think he's Nigerian. So, what's a city in Germany? Berlin. I'll put Berlin. This groove slip into you. It's all right, all right, all right. Ooh, oh. Wanna tell you what you can do with our love. All right, gotta let you know, girl. Oh, all right. I'll be there everywhere. Yep, he got Mercury and Cancer. That's all I need to see. I'm telling you, what did I say about Cancer? Remember I said Cancer, one of the ghetto signs? Yes, he got Mercury and Cancer, squaring at Jupiter and Libra, and that's why he be acting a fool in public. Telling you, it's not so much that Gemini energy, it's that Cancer energy. He be all in his feelings. He be feeling it, feeling the food. He don't care how he looks to others, and he get up and start acting a fool. Let this sip into you. It's all right, all right, all right. Ooh, oh. He got a Capricorn moon. He got Venus at the 0 degree of Taurus. That's why he's so much into food too. His Venus is in sextile with his Saturn, both at the 0 degree. Venus at 0 degrees Taurus, Saturn at 0 degrees Pisces. That right there is his food and dancing videos. Wow. Wow. He got Mars conjunct Chiron, which means he's special. Special. He probably autistic with that Mars conjunct Chiron. Let this groove. Even with that Venus and Taurus, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a little touch of autism or Asperger's or something. All right, let's move on. We can boogie on down, down, boogie on down. Okay. Okay, so I had to touch on this Diddy situation real quick. More so about the documentary that recently has come out. Did anybody see that Diddy documentary? If you saw the Diddy documentary, press one. Dun, dun, dun. Every breath you take, every move I make. What am I to say? Not to say I'll be missing you. Look, I remember seeing this when this shit first aired, and this was shortly after Biggie died. And seeing Diddy come out on stage skipping around like that, I remember being pissed off. I remember being like, look at his ass. He's celebrating Biggie's death. And that's when I knew that was the clincher for me. I was like, I knew he orchestrated Biggie's death. I wasn't sure if he orchestrated Tupac's death, but I was definitely sure about Biggie's death. I was like, look at him just skipping across the stage like that. And mind you, this was supposed to be like a memorial performance. And I know sometimes you can celebrate someone's life and stuff by dancing and stuff, but it left a bad taste in my mouth. Thinking of the day when you went away. What am I to say? I don't even know the word. I'll be missing you. But I do love when Faith be like, on that morning when this life is over, I know I'll see your face every step I take, every move you make, every. All right, so wait a minute. I didn't see a lot of people pressing ones. Okay, so Free Spirit, you saw the documentary. Abu saw it. Bomber got 3/4 through it. I think I got 50% through it. I got kind of bored by episode three. I don't even think I got deep into episode three. Because isn't there 4 episodes? By the end of episode two, I was like, okay, there's nothing that I haven't known already about this whole case, about this situation. So I feel like it was a lot, it was very redundant. And there wasn't really any, unless, in episodes 3 and 4, there's some, bombs being dropped, but I didn't really see it. Kawaii, you didn't watch it yet? It's on Netflix. Bomber said made me sick. Siobhan said this was demonic then just like it is now. Yup. Tracism said, did he really be thinking he killing the move, right? He wasn't even that great of a dancer. Bomber said supposedly his best friend and he was out there dancing and singing. Nah, I knew it then too. Siobhan said, look at the occultism all in this. Yup. It was a ritual. Just said and forced Faith Evans to perform live when she didn't want to do it. Yup. I remember Faith looking like she wasn't into it with that long coat she had on. He was showing his masters he can get down sacrificing people. Yup. He said it ain't nothing but a G thing. It ain't nothing but a P thing. Tracism said true dark side is Scorpio. That's the thing about Scorpio, man. I'm like, why y'all gotta be so predictable? Scorpios are predictable, man. It's so easy for Scorpios to go left. And of course, I'm not talking about all Scorpios, but there's enough Scorpios out there doing dirt that again, it's just so easy for them to do dirt. Like it just comes with the territory. Well, I couldn't do a YouTube notification, so I posted a comment in the community tab, Spicy. But I just got started, so you're not too late. Yup, he's shucking and jiving for Clive. Yup. And the one thing that stood out to me when I was watching the documentary was how dead Diddy's eyes looked. Like Diddy definitely has that dead look in his eyes from the time he was a little kid. Like it just looked like he just never really had that internal happiness or internal peace and was always just looking to get over on somebody or what have you. And one of the things they mentioned in the documentary that stood out was that Diddy really didn't have any talent of his own. So they think some of what he was doing was based upon him hating on his artists, being jealous of them, because he really didn't have talent of his own, which I do believe. You said his eyebrows never move. I never noticed that. And then like his lips never close either. Him that mouth breathing type of shit. Like, yeah. And then did y'all hear about Brashear? There's a video out by this YouTuber called Black Balloons. And he put out a video. It was featuring Brashear Gray. Remember he played in Empire and he later went crazy. Well, there's this story that this guy is telling, I think in an interview with Tasha K. And basically Brashear is accusing Will Smith, and I think Diddy's one of them too, of basically sexually assaulting him. DSI said Diddy Destiny swap with Tupac and Biggie. Yup, he siphoned all of his artist energy, which is so dark-sided Scorpio. That's what they do. They're vampires. But I think from an early age, Diddy embraced the dark side. All right, so 50 Cent is responsible for this documentary that has recently been released on Netflix. And people are saying that this documentary is personal on 50 Cent's side because there's some story about Diddy stealing 50 Cent's woman, or maybe he didn't steal her, but he got with her after, 50 Cent and her had broken up or whatever, and 50 took that personal or whatever. So I was like, okay, let's see if that's the case. So I put their two charts together. And what stands out to me is 50 Cent Saturn in Cancer is squaring Diddy's Venus and Jupiter. And what that tells me is that it was personal because 50 Cent, he's a Cancer sun, but also has Saturn in Cancer. And that basically is representing him being personal, and it's over a woman with Cancer ruling women. And the Saturn is representing him trying to punish Diddy or also trying to belittle Diddy. 50 Cent's Neptune is squaring Diddy's moon. And this is where 50 Cent's trying to shame and humiliate Diddy further. But yeah, those are the two main aspects. Oh, and then 50's Uranus is squaring Diddy's Mars, which is where 50 is like a disruptive force in Diddy's life. So I just thought that was interesting. Wait a minute, what happened? Okay, I had to pull it back up. CBS said, "Wow, he had a lot of resentment in the world." Did y'all see the part where they said that one of the guys said that it was like Diddy's right hand man, his best friend at the time, and I think that was one of his lovers. But anyway, I hated how they had these real close ups when they were interviewing these people. But anyway, because that one dude's face, I was just like, he needs to back the fuck up. But anyway, he was saying that Diddy was smacking his mama up. But I heard that Janice Combs, who is supposedly Diddy's mother, is actually his aunt, and that something happened to his mother when he was young. I don't know if that's the truth, but yeah. Spicy Black Phoenix said, I feel like 50 Cent mad because Diddy can't pay him anymore hush money. So now he's spilling some of the tea, but not enough to expose himself. Yes, because we all know 50 Cent got some dirt on him too, because he wouldn't get as far in the industry as he has if he didn't have any dirt on him. So 50 better be careful because his time might be coming. And then Marlon Wayans tried to get in on it, trying to defend Diddy, talking about I never seen no shit at Diddy's parties and stuff like that. I feel like Marlon got something to hide too. And from what my oh, thank you, Kawhi, you said, can you do that story about that TikTok still somebody's husband and was sued? Oh yeah. Oh, how about that? The real fat chick you talking about, right? And then she ended up losing her job, or it was some type of scandal. But I think I know what you're talking about. And yes, I was following the DC squatter story. I was so happy when that woman got justice because I wanted to go to DC myself and handle it. I can't stand That's another pet peeve I have: squatters or just people who have that sense of entitlement. Period. But let's move on. It was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, just about how Diddy is dirty. And it was something else I was going to say too. If I remember, I'll mention it. Yep, they're all pawns. Chief said Dr. Dre's Jews are more powerful than Diddy's Jews. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. You know, you can't get anywhere without that connection. That Star of David. All right. Maybe that's where the term stars for celebrities came from. That whole Star of David, because you know they run Hollywood and the music industry. Interesting. Yeah, I think they were the ones who came up with the term movie star. But more about that Star of David in a minute, because I'll be bringing it up again. Oh yeah, I was talking about Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, his brothers basically was like, "Yo, Marlon, you need to be quiet because you know the Wayans got a lot of dirt on them too. They're just a weird bunch. The brothers in particular." Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your super chat. So, W. Weeder said Marlon Wayans was telling 50 to stop kicking while Diddy's down. I'm thinking what he got going on with him. Exactly. Exactly. Hey Angelina, I'm about to put my email. Oh, matter of fact, I didn't set up the live stream and put my email in there, but here it is right here. You can send me an email with sponsored video on the subject line and then just tell me what celebrity you want to sponsor and I'll respond with, how much the sponsorship is and all the directions of how to go about doing that. Spicy Black Phoenix says Sean Wayans is definitely special. Something ain't right. And I know some of y'all gonna be down on me about saying this, but I think the rabbit hole goes deeper than what y'all think. And I think the last live stream I was talking about Kim Porter and I was talking about how she wasn't all that innocent because she stayed with Diddy for so long. She knew the man that she was dealing with. She put up with all his abuse. Cassie's another one that, yeah, they were victims to a certain extent, but they also basically made choices. They knew the type of man they were dealing with. But I've been saying this for years about his two girls. They're a little questionable. That's all I'm going to say. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kim Porter was okay with the whole transition of those girls ever since they were boys, little baby boys. That's all I'm saying. Those necks are like giraffes, long ass necks. I wouldn't be surprised if they got the Adam's apple shaved down a little bit. But I'm just saying they look a little weird to me. Or maybe it's just that they look just like their father. But I think Kim Porter was a little, not a little. I think Kim Porter was a lot touched in the head. I think she had some like mental health issues, which would explain why she stayed with Diddy and put up with that abuse. Lovely said, I just broke up with the Scorpio moon because I found out he was DL obsessed with feminine men in his DMs. Wow, tries to gaslight me and say he wasn't gay. Damn. Siobhan said, child. Sierra said, something always been off. Anything goes in Hollywood. See, Shine Starless said, what, boy? Look, this is all I'm going to say. I could see Diddy saying, yo, Kim, I got this vision, yo. We gonna have twin boys, but they gonna be girls, and nobody gonna know but us. I mean, I'm just fascinated by it. And I think it was in the documentary, didn't they say he's fascinated by transgender women? I think they said. So I wouldn't be surprised when people get a lot of money, they think that they can play God and really be in charge of their destiny, even down to choosing the gender of their children, even when the children were born a certain gender and then they decide to change them. So again, this is just speculation on my part, but I wouldn't put it past Diddy. And because again, Kim Porter's not right in the head, I wouldn't be surprised that she was okay with it. But she probably really didn't have any choice in the matter, period. Because he had her brain on lock. Him and Mr. C. Spicy Black said, what about Nas? He's always associated with Jay-Z and Diddy. I believe Nas is one of them types that's seen it all but haven't done it. But he's not going to say anything. He's just going to keep quiet, which is unusual for a Virgo. As long as somebody doesn't cross him, he's probably going to keep quiet. He's going to go to the grave with what he knows. But I don't think he participated in any of that stuff. I think he's a just straight up and down regular OG. I don't think he's like into the whole Diddy freak offs and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure he's seen a lot, but he ain't saying nothing. And Nas, I think Nas does have Mercury conjunct Pluto, which can mean that yeah, he done really seen some shit. Now Spicy said Gabrielle Union is probably another dark sided Scorpio. Oh hell yeah. And Morris said, why was Diddy comparing himself to being the son of God? Because he's a narcissist, a malignant narcissist. DSI said, do you think Diddy unalived Kim? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I did, what was it? The Chris Bill? It was one of those videos I did where I was talking about the coroner for Kim Porter was the same coroner for Brittany Murphy and some other, I think it was Paul Walker. Like the shady ass coroner, medical examiner is like the same with all these suspicious deaths, which is a huge red flag. You think Neil Long is a dark-sided Scorpio? I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z is next too. Yes, Virgos age very well. Yup, Usher is a Virgo rising. Now, Usher, we know he's done seen and also participated in a lot. Look, I need to do a reading on Charlie Kirk's wife, Thule, but also that Macron chick. Uh, what's the president of France? His wife, Candace Owens, is saying that's a man. I need to do a reading on her. I think Candace is right though. Cheem said Diddy had an Asian girlfriend in cybersecurity. She bugged Kim Porter's house. Wow. Yeah, I don't think Kim Porter had much free will dealing with Diddy. CBS said, "What's up with Paul with that Paul Walker thing? Wasn't his ass dating a 15-year-old at 33?" I didn't know that. You believe it was the moon in Scorpio? I think it was, yeah, because Brittany Murphy has moon in Scorpio. Yep. All right, moving along. Now, I wanted to talk about the current events, things that have been going down real quick before we get into tonight's main topic. I'll wait till it comes up on the screen. I look just like who? Sonale fan? That's a first. Nobody told me that, but I'll accept that. Shoe. I think she's pretty. Even though she could be annoying as hell in movies. She always plays the same type of character. The unsure of herself, insecure. I don't know if I should like make the first move. I don't know if he liked me, loving basketball bullshit. Like she plays the same damn role in every damn movie. I'd be like, God damn, where's your range? Wait, I'm trying to think. Is there any movie where she didn't play herself? Y'all help me out. Sonale fan. What movie was she in where she really stepped outside of herself? Hey, Divine. Always stumbling over her words, always breathing heavy. I'm just like, will you get it together? People have told me I look like Nia Long. I will definitely accept that one. So people have told me I look like Nia Long, Dawn from In Vogue. Who else have they? Somebody told me I look like Angela Winbush. And I was like, I'll take that one too, because I like Angela Winbush. And Angela Winbush is a Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn moon rising. Somebody said I look like Laura Winslow, and I took offense to that. Laura Winslow from Family Matters. Um, what else? Who else did somebody say I look like? I can't think offhand. Oh, one time this lady said I look like Lola Falana, but she was a crackhead. I think she was trying to get money out of me. That was when I was in Harlem, New York. And then somebody said I look like Irene Cara one time. All right, but okay. So I wanted to. Now we're gonna take a little serious turn. Oh, thank you. She said I'm a '90s baddie. I kind of was a '90s baddie, y'all. I really was. I was up in the clubs, y'all. All right, let me stop. All right, but now we're going to take a little serious turn. We're going to talk about Pluto and Aquarius because, Pluto and Aquarius, it's just getting started. And the further it goes into Aquarius, the crazier things are going to be. Now, I decided to paste this Bible verse because this Bible verse is very apropos to Pluto and Aquarius. And the Bible verse is from Matthew 24, verse 12. And I'm not a Christian, but there's some things in the Bible that still ring true. So it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Sometimes it'll say the hearts of many will wax cold. But that's very much what's happening with Pluto and Aquarius. Now, while Pluto and Aquarius can bring forth some really positive things, it can also bring forth some very negative things. When Pluto's in Aquarius, I'm thinking demonic frequencies, okay? And the more people get steeped in AI, the more we have these high tech frequencies surrounding us, I think the more people are going to be affected. More and more people are losing their minds. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the frequencies that are being directed at us are causing people to really have a mental breakdown. That combined with drugs, combined with content in the media, it's a number of factors, but it's like Pluto and Aquarius is really like bringing things to a head with this demonic influences. Um, Also, just think about how Aquarius opposes Leo, and Leo is the sign of life itself, but it's also the sign of children. It's also the sign of just being able to enjoy your life and thrive. And Pluto and Aquarius is going to threaten that. It's basically again causing some people's hearts to wax cold or to grow cold and to act in ways that are less human or even totally inhumane. Now, a lot of y'all have heard about the story with Rob Reiner and his wife being killed by their son, being stabbed to death. Oh yeah, I had the picture here with the Italian deli. That was a couple, old lady and a man. They were stabbed to death by their son. And then here, right here, the second image, son of opera singer Jubilant Sykes, charged with murder and father stabbing death. And then recently in Australia, a father and son shot up a bunch of people at the beach. And I think 15 people died. So remember, I had put out that video talking about the zombie apocalypse is here. And I definitely believe that's what is going down. A lot of people are losing their minds. And I think the more we're dealing with AI, the more we're dealing with these high tech frequencies, the more people are going to really start breaking down. And I'm very suspicious about all of these data centers being built across the country. What are they really for? Maybe they're for mining people's minds. They say that these data centers are using a lot of resources, an inordinate amount of resources, electricity, water. What are they really building? What is this really about? But yeah, we got to be like really vigilant in these days and times. Keep your head on swivel. Don't get into any like arguments with random people because you don't know who is really human nowadays. And when I say human, they might be human in terms of the flesh, but their mind is gone. And their mind might be occupied by a demon or demons. So again, try to avoid getting into petty beefs with people. Try to avoid road rage. Try to avoid getting into it with people at restaurants. Like it seems like restaurants and grocery stores and stuff, that's where people are really showing out for some reason. It's like something with food that's causing people to really lose their minds. That and driving. Hey, Indigo. So yeah, keep your head on swivel. Just ignore people if they're trying, because people are going to be trying to provoke you too. And you know, with Pluto and Aquarius, that can play out as mass death. And it can also play out where there's going to be mayhem in the streets. Oh, what about the lady that was putting the razor blades in the bread at Walmart? Did y'all hear about that? Some lady was sticking razor blades in the bread and buns at Walmart. People are losing their damn mind. It's demon time for real. And again, with Pluto and Aquarius, that's like demons can now enter Wi-Fi space. I mean, I feel like they were already able to travel through that, but again, with this improvements with technology and AI, it's like giving them the perfect vehicle to really come fully in and really start infecting us. So again, that's just something to think about. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. People don't give a fuck about people no more. A lot of people, not even about their own mother and father, not even about their own kids. People just losing their damn minds. Perverts running amok. Bitches walking the streets with their ass cheeks hanging out. Thank God that's not happening a lot in my neck of the woods, but I've been seeing it in other cities where women now, like you're seeing more women showing more skin and stuff. That's very Pluto and Aquarius too. Awkward letter said, I ain't gonna be bullied by no Aquarius demon. Me neither. But again, some of them might try to provoke you. So do not take the bait. This is a time where we have to be very aware. Like we are dealing with like full on enlightenment, and that enlightenment will deal with some ugly truths. Again, one of these ugly truths is that not everybody walking around is fully human. Kawaii said, people are sick. It's like when people lick ice cream and put it back years ago. Yup. Yup. CBS said, yup, LA women are naked. It's like a spirit that they got the Jezebel spirit in them. Rude Gal Josie said, I don't know about that, but I definitely spiritually protect myself. Yeah, it would help if we do walk around with some spiritual protection. I have an onyx ring that helps to ward off negative energy. I also carry tiger's eye in my car, wormwood as well. Cause yeah, I don't play around. It's not worth it getting into little scuffles with these random people out here, because you never know who's really in that skin suit. All right. So let's get into tonight's topic because I don't have much time. But yes, so the astrology of going viral. Hey, it's 11:11. It's 9:11 where I'm at. The astrology of going viral. So anybody who's listening right now, have you ever posted a video that went viral? Indigo, if you're still in here, I know you posted a video that went viral one time. I need to look at your chart and see what ingredients you got that made that happen. Yes, black tourmaline is good. Chiefs Chief said Pluto and Aquarius butt naked internet demons. Pretty much, yeah. That's the gist of it. The arrow said people are double minded. They claim to be for what they actually against. Yup. So yeah, so Indigo, you had a video that went viral. So that means you got some type of hookup in your chart that made that possible. So tonight I'm going to be talking about the astrology of going viral. Anybody else posted a video before that went viral? If so, press 1. Awkward said, yeah, all we got was 1 or 2 ads from Mariah, which I like. People still angry about the Sephora ad. What was up with the Sephora ad? Anybody else post a video that went viral before? Press 1. I never posted a video that went viral. Astro Sean, okay. What was your video about? Y'all tell me what your videos were about. Astro Sean, Almond Milk, y'all posted videos that went viral. Indigo said it's usually random as fuck. So Astro Sean and Almond Milk, share what video it was that went viral. Indigo, you could share what video you posted that went viral. You know, share what it was about. LA Peaches, YouTube, what video went viral? Toolie Creech, you could share what video went viral. So all of y'all who posted viral videos, y'all have the right mix in your chart to make that happen. So I'm about to get into placements and aspects that can make that happen. Make it easy to have a video that goes viral. Kawaii said 2. Nope, I'm private. Amora said nope. 11th house, Pluto. Lost Age said my lunar return ascendant was conjunct my midheaven that week. All right, so let's get into it. So this video has been sponsored by Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for sponsoring a video. Oh, awkward letter. So about the Sephora ad, you said they portrayed the elves to be a boycotting slave in the Sephora ad. Working class people and Mariah the elite. Turn him into a snowman and continue being Santa Claus on sleigh. Mariah is also featured in a Waymo commercial. You know those self-driving cars? CBS said my shit never go viral. CBS said, can Moon trine Saturn make that happen? Well, it depends on the signs and the house placements for that trine, but alone, that trine's not going to really guarantee a viral video. Depending on the signs involved. Rude Gal Josie said, I have antiviral placements. I do too, Rude Girl. Yep, I do. So, and again, it just shows you, it don't matter how great your video is. If you don't have the right mix in your chart to produce a viral video, a lot of times it's not going to go viral. And that's just the way it is. KP said, I'm too detached to go viral. I don't be caring enough. Amora said, Mariah does anything for the bag. Let me lay down and get comfortable. Girl, get comfortable. We gotta do something you never done before. Maybe not the usual. Tonight we're getting unpredictable. Alright. Baby, we get unpredictable. Yes, that's my placement. Uranus conjunct midheaven. Yes, unpredictable. Baby, 1+1 make 2 when you're with me. It don't make sense right now, but it will. Regular ain't look, perfect example. You know Jamie Foxx is a Sagittarius, right? Remember I was talking about Sagittarius is extra, extraordinary, and we're not really about the regular. So in that song, Unpredictable, he says, regular ain't in my vocabulary. Neither is ordinary. Do you see? I'm telling you, we're in the sign of that which is extraordinary. We're not about being ordinary. And yes, Jamie Foxx said it. Okay, so Indigo, I am on TikTok now. I would say I've been on TikTok about 2 months now, maybe 2.5 months, almost three. And I did post one video, and right now it's at like 250,000 views. That made me feel proud because it grew pretty fast. So maybe it'll reach 1 million in the early part of next year. Oh, okay. So this video has been sponsored by Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for sponsoring this video. So Daniel said, I notice we are living in an era where people are going viral for almost anything. I know that's right. Awkward Letter said, Raw, I didn't know Virgos were so violent this year until I studied Yolanda Salvador, Rob Reiner's son Nick, and Luigi Mangione. He Virgo moon too. Very dark sided of them. Oh, so you got Nick is a Virgo, his son? Interesting. He said, I remember you saying that Pluto is one of the planets that can make one go viral. So I would like to know, are there any other aspects that can create a similar effect? And yes, Pluto is the chief planet for going viral. For each aspect, what would a person go viral for? Can you look in my chart and see what are some things that can make me go viral or have an overnight success? What are some transits that can explain these aspects? So I'm going to be answering your questions as I go through this PowerPoint, Daniel. And of course, I have some examples of people who have gone viral and what's in their charts, as well as the transits that they were experiencing when those videos went viral. So the recipe. First, we're going to get into the signs, but just keep in mind that the planet, the sign, and the house, they are largely interchangeable. So keep that in mind. So when I'm talking about Aries, you can also ascribe it to Mars as well, first house as well. But right now, we're getting into the main signs that will contribute to a video going viral. Scorpio is the chief sign. Scorpio is the sign of viral. Scorpio is the sign of contagion or things being contagious. So contagious doesn't always have to be a negative. It can be a positive, meaning like this video has spread exponentially because it created this contagion. It's very Scorpio. And Scorpio is also the sign of prominence. Scorpio is the influencer, and Scorpio is power. So, yes, Scorpio being that chief sign. So, you can also liken the eighth house as well, because the eighth house is like Scorpio. And then, if we're talking about the planet, we want to look to Pluto. So, again, Scorpio is the chief sign of going viral. You know, I'm talking, you know, I got him in the video. He's one of my examples, just. Leo comes in a close second because Leo is popularity, Leo is fame, Leo is entertainment, and Leo is gamers. So, you know, a lot of the popular streamers, they're gamers. So you'll see a lot of people with the viral videos or those big time streamers, they're going to have Leo energy or fifth house energy in their charts. Gemini. Gemini simply meaning information, communication, and the media. Libra. Libra is the public, social activities. Libra is also couples and relationships. You could also add in their partnerships, deals that people make that help them to go viral. Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of growth, expansion, also sycophants. I mean, to get big, you do need a number of sycophants that are always going to be champion what you're doing, always going to be bigging you up, always going to be like, oh yeah, they right, even when they're wrong and all types of stuff. Sagittarius is also fanaticism. But the main takeaway is growth and expansion for Sagittarius if we're talking about videos going viral. Capricorn. Capricorn, recognition, success, and publicization. Aquarius. Aquarius rules the internet. Aquarius is social media. Aquarius is fans, followers, and subscribers. Pisces. Pisces is videos, artistry, and also inspiration. You know, a lot of videos end up becoming inspiration for more videos. So if a video goes viral, a lot of times it's going to inspire other people to do a similar video. That's one of the things I hate about social media. There's so many followers on social media, not followers in terms of subscribers, but people copying other people's shit and doing the you really see it on TikTok where it'd be like, I promised my son that I would do this if he would dance with me, and then everybody and their cousin got a similar video, that type of stuff. All right, let's talk about aspects. So, Pluto conjunctions can definitely help someone become viral. Pluto sextiles and trines involving Pluto as well. And again, like Scorpio, Pluto deals with videos going viral or things just going viral, period, because of the contagion effect. Influencers, prominence, power, and also support and bolstering. That's one thing we have to keep in mind about Pluto. A lot of times, Pluto is representing the outside support that you're getting. A lot of these people that go viral, they might be going viral because they're being pushed by certain platforms. They're being bolstered by YouTube or bolstered by TikTok. They want the video to go viral. They need the video to go viral. They want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. That's from the movie A Few Good Men. If those who know, if you know, you know. All right, Saturn. Saturn could join to Uranus, Saturn sextile Uranus or trine Uranus. This can bring forth sudden success, with Uranus representing things that are sudden and Capricorn representing success. Blessings from Jupiter. So having a positive aspect to Jupiter will definitely help somebody with growth, expansion. They can be worldwide or world renowned. And if we're talking about the most views or the most subscribers, that's where Jupiter comes in, Sagittarius as well. Anything where you're talking about the most, that's Jupiter. The biggest, the highest, the greatest. Positive aspects involving Uranus. So again, Uranus is social media, the internet, fans, followers, subscribers, trends, movements. Now, I've said this before about my own channel. One of the reasons why my channel doesn't get much attention and views, yeah, on one hand, it's YouTube doing it, but you can see it in my chart. So, and I'll take responsibility for it too, because at some point I did stop being motivated to do so much on YouTube because I'm not getting the traction that I would like to get. So it's kind of demotivating, but I don't have any positive aspects save for a conjunction to my midheaven and a conjunction with Venus to my Uranus. My Uranus is squaring Saturn in my chart, with Saturn being my chart ruler. So that alone is just showing the challenge I had with social media, where I have a hard time being able to go viral, where other people, they could just post themselves clipping their toenails and they'll go viral. So it don't matter how dope of a video I put out, there's a high chance I'll never go viral. And I've had to just, and the thing is, my goal has never been to go viral. My goal has never been to become this big YouTuber or anything like that. But I would like to see growth from time to time. But a lot of times that's not happening. And it's due to that square in my chart between my Saturn and Uranus. So Saturn basically is blocking Uranus' ability to give me what I want. And Uranus is also representing the platforms like YouTube, Instagram. Positive aspects involving Neptune. So again, Neptune is videos. Neptune deals with things that are boundless. So things that would just continue to spread. Gaming, streaming. Positive aspects involving Chiron. So Chiron can represent record-breaking events, unconventional, exceptional, anomalies, and also awards. So as you can see, these are some of the things that will make a video go viral. If it's a record-breaking event, if it's something very unconventional, if it's something where someone's the exception to the rule, or if you're dealing with some type of weird anomaly, some type of cryptozoology shit even, yeah, that could be Chiron's influence. Now, if we're talking about aspect patterns, certain aspect patterns can help you to put out a viral video, such as kites. And kites contain grand trines and also a mini grand trine. So kites are very advantageous and they can enable you to put out some viral videos or just to be very successful. That's if in that kite is planets like Pluto, Uranus, Neptune. One thing I'll tell you, that group of people that have Uranus sextile Pluto, they really have it easy in terms of being able to go viral. But grand trines and mini grand trines can help you. Mystic rectangles. With mystic rectangles, though, a lot of times you're going to be getting outside help that will make a video go viral. Star of David. Now, Star of David is an aspect pattern that is extremely rare. But if you have it in your chart, there's basically nothing that you can't accomplish. But usually they'll be with the Star of David, like the mystic rectangle, you need outside help. Same with the kite. Usually with the kite too, there's going to be some type of outside help or support or bolstering that's going to be taking place that's going to get you to where you need to go. Now these sextiles can really help you to post or produce a viral video. So having Gemini, sextile, Leo, that's like becoming popular for something that you say or write. Leo, sextile, Libra, this is great for becoming viral or popular through some type of performance. Libra, sextile, Sagittarius, this is good for like philosophical or spiritual type of content, or even, interviewing somebody that, is going to be something that's very, what's a good word to say? Something that's more on the enlightening or educational end, something that's going to inform people. And then Sagittarius, sextile, Aquarius, this is just good for getting growth on social media, period. Having a lot of followers, a lot of fans, and especially where it happens maybe even overnight. And then that trine between the natural trine that exists between Scorpio and Pisces, that in itself is the viral video. So does anybody in here have that trine? If you got a planet, or it could be your ascendant in one of those signs, trining something. So let's say you got Mars in Scorpio, and trine to Moon in Pisces. That trine right there could definitely enable you to post a viral video. Hey, Red Bunny. So does anybody have that trine in their chart? Scorpio trine Pisces. I know I don't have it. If I did, I would have a viral video. I would have at least one. So rude, Gal Josie, you said you had that, and you were one of the ones that were saying you're antiviral. I think you said, but you have what it takes. And then Derek, hey Derek. So Derek, you have that trine too. Uranus and Pisces, trine, Scorpio, South Node. So you have an ability to put out viral videos as well. Shine Starla, you have Venus and Scorpio, trine Saturn and Pisces. So yes, you have the ability to post a viral video as well. So if you're not sure if it's a trine, like you could go on a website and then pull up the list of your aspects and it'll show you. But the trine is 120 degrees. So it'll be approximately or exactly 120 degrees between the planets. Neptune trine Pluto, but not in those signs. Okay. But Neptune trine Pluto is good. Wait a minute, you can't have Neptune trine Pluto. You probably have Neptune sextile Pluto. And then I have Uranus and Scorpio trine Pisces moon. So yes. So again, the Scorpio Pisces trine can enable y'all to produce viral videos. Moira Girl said, that's my fourth and 12th house, the most private houses. And then air and fire trines are especially advantageous too. I would say air before fire even. Because especially like when you have that Aquarius and Gemini, Aquarius and Libra, that can really enable you to become popular on social media. The mini grand trine is two sextiles and one trine. Kawaii. All right, so let's talk about the planets. In terms of what type of videos you could be going viral for if one of these planets is involved in the aspects. So let's say the sun is involved. So this can represent performances, creativity, so doing something creative, a game that you're playing or competing, sports, gambling, risk, narcissism, children. So the narcissism, that could be displays of narcissism, or you could be educating people about narcissism. And then children videos could be represented by the sun as well. And then if we're talking about the moon, so a video about a house or home, a video about family, history, things dealing with back in the day, such as Gen X related reels, feel good videos, videos where you're eating, such as mukbangs, cooking, restaurants, hotels, videos about race, culture, or nations. Oh, so you got that Uranus Pluto sextile? Yeah. That's a really advantageous one. And then you said Jupiter in Aquarius, sextile Saturn in Aries, Mercury in Sagittarius, sextile Jupiter in Aquarius, Scorpio Sun, trine Pisces South Node. I like that Scorpio Sun, Pisces South Node, trine. Nice. All right. Mercury related videos could be dealing with commentary, just information that's being shared, public service announcements, news clips, news anchor bloopers, driving vehicles, bikes, skaters, pets, customer service situations, retail establishments, workplace mishaps, hack videos, health, fitness, and diet. Also, keep in mind, even though I'm talking about the planets, this is true if instead of the sun, we're talking about Leo or moon or Cancer, Mercury, that could be Gemini, Virgo, Venus. So, Venus related videos can deal with artistry, such as singing, dancing, painting, design, playing an instrument, couples, relationships, social events. You know what's very popular now? A lot of women doing videos about decentering men. So that would be very Venus related type videos. Um, Social events, rivalry, oppositions, interviews, reaction videos. And you know, those reaction videos tend to be very popular. Food, but I don't think they really go viral though. Foods, well, actually, some of them do when it's something outrageous that people are commenting on. Foods, restaurants. Oh, we all know that the food videos, especially when it's dealing with people that can't cook, a lot of times they might go viral. Mars videos. Mars deals with action. So an action-packed video. A video dealing with thrill seekers or adrenaline junkies. Videos about fights. Like I follow this page now. I don't know why it was suggested to me, but what is it called? Hold on, I gotta look this up real quick. It's ratchet. I bet you as soon as I go on Instagram, that's gonna be the first video that pops up. Oh, I'm surprised it's not. Let me see. Global shootings. That's what it's called. It be posting some ratchet ass videos, and I'm just like, wow, yeah, this is what I'm following. But anyway, but this is definitely Mars related content. Even the title, Global Shootings. That's very Mars conjunct Jupiter, actually. Now, action, thrills, adrenaline junkies, fights, violence, accidents, injuries, displays of manliness, and males. Jupiter related videos. So Jupiter videos are going to deal with humor, pranks, travel, vacations, adventure, spirituality, religion, excessive behavior such as eating competitions and mukbangs, over the top antics, ostentatious displays of wealth such as seeing those videos of like those dudes in Dubai driving like the Lamborghinis and stuff, bloopers. Saturn themed videos. These are your police cam videos, videos dealing with presidents, government officials, corporations, elderly people, fathers, instant karma, and fails. Uranus themed videos, shocking, unsettling events, weird, strange alien sightings, UFOs, friends, groups, trend setting videos, movements, protests, riots. And we can also include in there AI. I should have mentioned AI, but yeah. Neptune. So all those AI videos that are being generated, yeah, it's very Uranus themed videos. Neptune, artistry, music, dance, cosmetology, such as like showing makeup techniques and stuff. Amazing. All inspiring videos, movie trailers and clips, secrets, bizarre sightings, drunk or high behavior, parties, weddings, concerts, animals, wildlife, that whole cryptozoology. And Pluto themed videos are going to center on sex, crime, mysteries, conspiracies, psychology, mental health, occult, hate, mobs, including flash mobs. Oh, that's a good question. CBS said, what about the soft white underbelly videos? That's definitely Scorpio, Pluto themed videos. Oh yeah, Red Bunny. A lot of those AI videos are gross, but the ones I do kind of like is my guilty pleasure, where like they're cutting fruit and stuff, and it be different materials. Like it'll be a glass strawberry that they be cutting. I kind of like those, the ASMR AI ones. But yeah, some of them are horrible. But yeah, soft white underbelly, I would even venture to say soft white Ellie underbelly. It's a combination of Aquarius and Scorpio energy. It's like that square between Scorpio and Aquarius, soft white underbelly. And you know this guy, the guy that created that channel, he's under fire right now. He's a sleaze, and I could tell he was a sleaze from day one when I first saw him. That's why I never really got into his channel. Mark Laeta, that's his name. Up there you go. He's an Aquarius. You just said he's an Aquarius. There we go. What did I say? I said his channel is like a combination of Aquarius, Scorpio, and I bet you he got that square in his chart. Yeah, you could tell he gets off on these people's trauma and their horror stories. And then Chiron themed videos, these are going to be dealing with unusual, unbelievable oddities. Sasquatch sightings, for instance. Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot. Record breaking events, award ceremonies, health injuries, and also wounds. All right, Daniel. So, Daniel, I don't even think you're in this chat. I'm sorry. I should have sent you an email saying I was going live tonight, but I didn't want to be a liar because sometimes I might be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go live tonight," and then something comes up, and then I end up disappointing you. That's probably why I didn't send you an email. But I'm sure you'll be part of the replay gang. But yeah, I don't see you in the chat. But anyway, Daniel wanted to know what was in his chart that could possibly manifest as a viral video and what type of videos he could be producing that could go viral. Red Bunny said, yeah, he acts like he's helping the interviewees and maybe it is good for public awareness, but can those people really consent, right? All right. So, Daniel, you got North Node and Pluto in the 12th house. Actually, let me pull up your chart while I'm getting into this. Hold on. Damn, I hate when that happens. Okay, I can't. Let me minimize this. Okay. What am I trying to do here? It's not going to let me. Because I wanted to look at. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe if I pull it up here. Here we go. Damn it. Hold on. I don't want to have to minimize my screen again. Okay. Where are you at? Okay. I'm not going to show your chart on the live, but I just want to look at it while I'm going through this PowerPoint. All right, minimize that. Okay, here we go. All right, so yes, you got that lovely conjunction between your North Node and Pluto in Scorpio in your 12th house. That alone can produce a viral video. So you are blessed in that respect. Both your North Node and Pluto are at the 28th degree. And that 28 can enable you to go viral off of that too, because 28 is where people will jump on your coattails. So not only do you have the potential to do a viral video, but a lot of people might copy what you did. You might basically set off a chain of events, a chain reaction, basically, with that 28. So the 12th house, that's video. And then, like I said, Scorpio is the chief sign for viral videos. Pluto is the chief planet for viral videos. So if you're trying to go viral, don't give up. You just got to come up with the right content. And that's where I come in because I'm going to give you some ideas on what you could do. ASMR is definitely going to be Pisces Neptune because ASMR is very much about soothing, relaxing, promoting sleep. So, very Pisces, very 12th house, very Neptunian. Becoming an influencer through videos and reels that you post. What you post could be controversial because of the Pluto and Scorpio influence. You could use controversy or conspiracies to your advantage. So that's something to consider. Sex sells even in terms of public service announcements. So if you wanted to make your content about sex, that's possible as well. It could be about where you're educating people on sex, on maybe, you know what they're saying now, like HIV is running rampant in certain states like uh Texas and Georgia, I think. So you could be doing a PSA about sexual health, safe sex, things like that, or you could, be trying to look sexy too. You might go viral with that too. Now, true crime is very popular. And with Scorpio being the sign of crime, you could put out a viral video that's featuring some true crime story or some unsolved mystery. And it could be a series of videos that become popular. You could also go the psychology route and educate people about different mental health disorders or mental health awareness. Thought-provoking content. Give people something to ponder. Remember Arsenio Hall used to have that thing where things that make you go, You could start a series about that. You know, people love little series like that. I notice. Like if somebody has an Instagram account and they're putting out videos, little short videos about like they might be always dealing with the same type of subject matter, but each post is a little different from the next. So you, hey Tara, so you could go viral doing producing thought provoking content, asking questions that, there's questions that a lot of people have but have never uttered. So that's where you could come in, saying things that people don't want to say, or asking questions that people don't want to ask, or that don't feel comfortable asking. You have some really good aspects. You really do. If you're really trying to go viral, you really do. But you just might go viral posting something that you really don't even have a passion for. But if your whole goal is to go viral, again, these are some of the ways you can do it. So you also have your sun and Venus in Pisces. Just being a Pisces alone is half the battle. And then it's in trine with your Jupiter and Scorpio. So remember I said that Scorpio Pisces trine, that is the epitome of the viral video. And I was like, if you have that trine in your chart, you are well on your way to producing a viral video if that's what you really want. So you have it. So a video goes viral that involves, now here I'm going to be focusing on your houses. So your sun and Venus is in the fourth house. Your Jupiter and Scorpio is in the 12th. So a video goes viral that involves, so one of your options could be beauty, style, or fashion products. And this could be where you're reviewing, you're giving personal anecdotes about certain beauty or fashion products, cosmetics, things like that. Or you could be giving advice, especially spiritual advice. And you could be sharing personal anecdotes about that spiritual advice. So if you wanted to go the spiritual route, that's possible. Pop culture commentary, especially pertaining to a certain race or culture because of that fourth house influence. It can even deal with where you're bringing up videos about things back in the day. Remember when? Remember when we used to do this? It could be people of your generation, and you're a millennial. You were born in 94. So you could be doing videos that are basically catering to millennials about like the early 90s and the early 2000s. So if you want to do that, you could go viral that way. Demonstrating artwork. I know you're an artist, so you could be demonstrating your process from start to finish. And you know how they speed up the video where, it might be a 30-second video, but you're squeezing in like a 30 minutes of work, but you're just doing a quick transition from start to finish. So that's another way you could create a viral video. Throwback videos on items or entertainment that were popular. I kind of already touched on this when I was talking about the certain race or culture dealing with like your age group, millennials. But yeah, that could be another thing that results in a viral video. Throwback videos on items or entertainment that were popular in the early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. Red Bunny said, okay, good. I'm back. Realized my membership star was gone, so I had to fix my card info. 54 months going strong. Thank you so much for being a long time member. And thank you everybody else for being a member. I know I've been kind of neglecting y'all, but I vow this is gonna be one of my resolutions for 2026 to really start putting out member only content. And I gotta learn how to do a member only live stream too. Because with the member live streams, I can get more candid with y'all. All right, so you got this beautiful kite in your chart, Daniel. And this kite consists of a sextile between your North Node, Pluto in Scorpio, and Uranus in Capricorn. It also includes your Moon in Virgo, sextile North Node, and Pluto in Scorpio. Moon in Virgo, trine Uranus in Capricorn. Moon in Virgo, trine Taurus South Node. Uranus in Capricorn, trine Taurus South Node. So all of these are making up that beautiful kite aspect pattern in your chart. Now, remember what I said about kites though. A lot of times you I know Lilith, I apologize. But bear with me. I'm getting my act together, especially once Capricorn season starts. I'm gonna be on it. But again, I want to thank y'all for bearing with me. Can enable you to earn money through the content you post on social media. Now, again, with kites, a lot of times you're not going to be able to do it all on your own. Kites usually involve other people's cooperation, other people's support, could involve you collaborating with some people. Oh, so Daniel is a Pisces. So Daniel is a Pisces, Scorpio rising, and he got Moon in Virgo. Sun in Pisces, Moon in Virgo, Scorpio rising. You could do a series of how-to instructional videos. And that's because of the Virgo influence and also the sixth house influence. See, that Virgo moon is good for putting out content where you're showing people how to do certain things. You're instructing people. Those videos tend to be very popular too. Now, you might get a smaller crowd, it's more of a niche, but you could still get some good views if it's a really good content about how to do something, instructional videos. Health and wellness. If you wanted to go to health and wellness route, and again, because you got that Virgo moon and you got that Taurus South Node in the sixth, so health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, even videos grooming. Like you might want to do a series of videos where you're teaching men how to, keep their beard looking all nice and sharp and groomed and stuff like that. Hair products. You could comment on police cam videos. If you already like to watch police cam videos, I know I love them. Matter of fact, there was this fine policeman on this video today, and this was a crazy one. This dude was crazy out of his mind, and he was in a bathtub just splashing around, and the cops came in the apartment. Anyway, make the long story short, there was this one cop up in there. Oh my God, he was fine. Woo. Anyway, I just have a thing for a man in uniform. Now, so you could comment on police cam videos, so that's another possibility. And again, that's where the Virgo and sixth house comes in, but also this Uranus and Capricorn. Both Virgo and Capricorn deal with the police. Videos that show the process of your artwork, I already mentioned that, but this kite can really bring it out, especially because that Taurus South Node is in the sixth. That sixth house is very much about how to do certain things in terms of art, design. Videos featuring hacks, quick fixes, repairs, cleaning tips, money saving solutions. And then you could also put out videos where you are critiquing products and or services. All right, so hopefully those options will give you enough to at least get started on creating some content. And again, from what I'm seeing, the content that's going to cause you to go viral more than likely is not going to be things that you're passionate about. But um if you're really determined to go viral, and if you're trying to generate money through social media, through videos that you post, then those suggestions that I mentioned could bring in some decent money. And it might take a while, but definitely don't give up because you have some really good aspects in your chart, good placements that can result in being very successful, can result in viral videos. Okay, so let's get into some people who have produced viral videos, starting with Judson Leapley. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. So Judson Leapley, he was from the early YouTube days. And he was one of the first people to post a viral video, a video that went viral. So here's his chart right here. You can see some of his placements. He has that Pisces Scorpio trine that I spoke of. So that's a plus. Just having that Pisces energy in the eighth house, that can enable him to produce a viral video. And what other positive connections he has? Well, I don't know what time he was born. So, or do I have his birth time? No, I don't think I have his birth time. So, scratch what I said about the eighth house. It just ended up in the eighth house by default because of arbitrary time. But yeah, I don't have his birth time, so I can't talk about the houses. But he definitely has that Pisces Scorpio trine that I speak of. He also has that Sagittarius Libra sextile that I spoke of. And a lot of people have this sextile, that Neptune sextile Pluto. It's a cross generational aspect that blesses people from generation to generation. And let me see what else. All right, so Judson Leopley, he became, matter of fact, let me read up on these people. But this guy, he became famous for putting out a video where he was dancing. So it was one of those dancing videos. All I know is he got an annoying ass face. He got a punchable face. So Judson Leopley, born March 22nd, 1976, is an American internet celebrity from Bucharest, Ohio. He served as the state president of the Ohio Association of Student Councils from 1993 to 1994. He is best known for his performance in the Evolution of Dance viral video clip, which became one of the most famous YouTube videos ever and was the most viewed YouTube video over 3 periods from May 2006 to October 2009. He has worked as a public speaker since 2000 for a brief 21-day period from June 12, 2006 to July 3rd, 2006. His YouTube channel was the most subscribed YouTube channel, which made him the first male individual channel to officially hold the honor. And I believe he has some, yeah, so he's an Aries. So you see what it says right here. It says, made him the first male individual. When you're the first at something, that's Aries. So I'm not surprised he was the first male individual to officially hold the honor as the most subscribed YouTube channel. Of course, it would be Aries coming straight out the gate with this. Now, the video going viral, that's Venus and Pisces trying his Uranus and North Node in Scorpio. So that's his dancing video goes viral. He also has Mars in Cancer trying Uranus in Scorpio. Being a trendsetter of feel good back in the day, that feel good back in the day, that's his Mars in Cancer, historical Cancer content. And here's an image of that video. He looking dorky as hell. And he kind of shaped funny too. See, now I gotta go back to his chart and see what makes him shape kind of funny like that. Hold on. What is going on? Unfortunately, I don't know his time of birth. But yeah, it's that Sun Square Mars. That makes him shape funny. All right. So let's talk about the transits that he experienced on the day that he posted this viral video. So transiting Pluto in Sagittarius was forming a trine with his Chiron in Aries. And this is showing that his name becomes prominent on an international scale and going viral. Transiting Pluto in Sagittarius quincunx his Saturn in Cancer. I'm looking at this transit as him having to adjust to being in the public eye, which he wasn't used to. And he spoke about the pirated videos that he had to file copyright claims on. Let me see if I can find him talking about that. Hold on. So I swear I read somewhere where There was so many people that took that video and reposted it that he had to file a bunch of copyright claims. But I don't see it in here. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna move on, but yeah, I can't find it. But I believe he did have to file a bunch of copyright claims. Also, on the day that he posted this viral video, transiting Mars and Gemini was in sextile with his Chiron and Aries, and this represents all the comments that he received, and where this was the beginning of a series of videos that he had put out. I think he put out maybe 3 or 4 of these evolution of dance videos. All right, next we have Chris Crocker, otherwise known as Kara Cunningham. So let me pull this person up. What a name, Chris Crocker. Okay. So Chris Crocker is a Sagittarius born December 7th, 1987. That 7 is very much dealing with videos, also dealing with her crying. So Chris Crocker started off as male and then later became a transgender female. Now, Kara Cunningham is her new name. Is an American internet personality, recording artist, YouTuber, and former pornographic film actress. As of October 2010, Cunningham's videos had received a combined 50 million plays on MySpace and her vlog channel on YouTube was the 100th most viewed of all time in all categories, with over 205 million video views, before Cunningham closed her YouTube account in September 2015. Her work consists mainly of short form, self directed monologues shot in her grandparents' home. Cunningham gained fame in September 2007 from her viral video Leave Britney Alone, in which she tearfully defended pop singer Britney Spears' comeback performance at the MTV Video Music Awards. The video received over 4 million views in 2 days. The video gained international media attention, hundreds of parodies, and criticism for Cunningham, which included accusations of narcissism, melodrama, and histrionics, and using Spears' personal shortcomings to bolster her own fame. Remember, I said that Pluto Scorpio is very much about bolstering? So, Chris Crocker, aka Kara Cunningham, made a post crying, talking about Leave Britney Alone. Now, I never saw that post. Some of y'all might have. So, Chris Crocker has Mars conjunct Pluto in Scorpio in the sixth house. That Mars conjunct Pluto alone can make it very easy to go viral, can make it very easy to become an influencer. Ease in going viral as a result of mental health awareness. The sixth house is representing the mental health. Saturn conjunct Uranus in Sagittarius in the seventh house. Sudden widespread success. Venus conjunct Neptune in Capricorn in the eighth house. Viral video that is focused on respect. She was basically like, put some respect on Britney's name. Sun in Sagittarius trine Jupiter in Aries. Rapid growth. Chris Crocker. So the transits that took place on September 10th, 2007, when she put out the Leave Britney Alone video, transiting Pluto was right on her Uranus in Sagittarius. So this is going viral as a result of advocating for Britney on social media. You know, Britney is a Sagittarius, just like Chris. Transiting Pluto in Sagittarius opposing Chiron and Gemini. Video was being promoted by the platforms. So I believe this video was being bolstered by the platforms. I don't believe the growth was organic. Transiting North Node in Pisces, sextile Neptune in Capricorn. Crying helps video reach viral status. Transiting Neptune in Aquarius, sextile Jupiter in Aries. But that North Node of Pisces can also represent like YouTube or some other video platform that basically, again, was really heavily pushing that video, was recommending that video to a lot of people in their recommended feed. Transiting Neptune in Aquarius, sextile Jupiter in Aries, YouTube and other platforms promoting thumbnail Chris's face. Because if this is the thumbnail, of course, people are going to be like, oh, let me click on this and see what this person is so upset about. And then when they read the title, Leave Britney Alone, that's going to really make them click. Transiting Mars in Gemini, sextile Jupiter in Aries, trine Aquarius midheaven. So this is representing the comments and the reposts of the video. Next, we have Bad Baby. Y'all remember her? Catch me outside, how about that? So, Bad Baby. Danielle Peskowitz Brigoli, born March 26, 2003, better known by her stage name Bad Baby, is an American rapper, that's questionable, songwriter, and media personality. She gained viral recognition after appearing on the talk show Dr. Phil in 2016, where her one liners and catchphrases briefly became internet memes. Brigoli's 2017 debut single, These Hoes, peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100 and made her the youngest female rapper to have a song enter the chart. She then signed with Atlantic Records to re-release the song and its follow-up singles, Hi Bitch and Gucci Flip Flops. So let's just talk about her being on the Dr. Phil show, because that's where she became famous. On September 14, 2016, Brigoli and her mother, Barbara Ann, were interviewed on Dr. Phil for a segment titled, I Want to Give Up My Car Stealing, Knife Wielding, Twerking 13-year-old daughter who tried to frame me for a crime. They appeared on the show to discuss Brigoli's behavior, which included stealing a crew member's car while the episode was being filmed. When Brigoli became irritated at the audience laughter, she responded to them by saying, Catch me outside, how about that? Challenging them to a fight outside the studio. Aries is another sign that's very predictable. Now, her affected accent made the phrase sound like catch me outside, how about that? Which became a meme, and Brigoli became known as the Catch Me Outside girl. On February 10th, 2017, Brigoli reappeared on the show, but without a studio audience due to the response at her previous appearance. Her first appearance on the show and the catchphrase it spawned would inspire a single based on the clip Catch Me Outside, which was recorded by DJ Suede, the Remix God, and entered the Billboard Hot 100 streaming songs and Hot R&B hip hop songs charts in its March 4th, 2017 issue. So again, she became semi-famous as a result of being on the Dr. Phil show acting a fool. CBS said, right, Dr. Phil wrong for airing out these brats for money. Same with that black girl that thinks she white. I think I saw that episode with that girl. Yup. That's why I was saying CBS, that Aries. Always trying to fight somebody. All right, so Bad Baby. Catch me outside. How about that? So she has Pluto in Sagittarius in the fifth house, trying her Leo ascendant, being made famous through a psychologist. And I put psychologist in quotes because Dr. Phil, from what I heard, is not a true psychologist, but he just plays one on TV. But yes, that's very much, and you know, that fifth house, that's the house of entertainment. So that's just basically showing that this psychologist entertainer is basically helping her to become famous. Venus in Aquarius trine Saturn and Gemini. So she has that nice air trine that I spoke of, gaining fans and followers through a TV show. That Gemini is representing the TV show, Dr. Phil. Venus conjoined to Uranus, and Uranus is at the 0 degree of Pisces. That's pure Piscean energy. With Venus ruling that third house, is dealing with the show, but it's also dealing with her manner of communication and also people using the video clip of the show for content. So she basically became a meme. So the transits on September 14th, transiting Pluto in her fifth house, trine Taurus midheaven. A video goes viral. A once in a lifetime opportunity, meeting someone of prominence or prestige, becoming prominent. Transiting Pluto conjoined to Mars in Capricorn, going viral. Receiving a leg up, empowerment. This is one where I'm seeing where this was more so them making her famous as opposed to her becoming famous on her own. Like this was a springboard to her so-called career. I believe this was all set up, manufactured. Nothing was organic about this episode. Being under a lot of pressure, having to operate under tight controls, an inability to act of your own volition, compulsive behavior, being pushed to do more or go further, being provoked, becoming influential or prominent. And then transiting Uranus in Aries, sextile Saturn and Gemini, connecting with someone who will help you to achieve an ambition. Transiting Venus in Libra, sextile Pluto and Sagittarius, the TV interview that leads to prominence, with Venus and Libra representing the interview. It was in her third house, that's TV. Getting next to the right people. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if her little rap career was already in the making and they were basically like, "Oh, well, let's put you on the Dr. Phil show and that will be the springboard to you basically putting out some rap music." But she really didn't get very far, did she? Lil says she was molested and abused by all the grown rappers in the industry. That's a shame. So they basically threw her to the wolves, which is very Pluto conjoined to Mars and Capricorn. So wait a minute. CBS says, so is little Tay the Asian girl? I hate her and the mom out of all these brats. I don't know. I don't know who this little Tay is. All right, next we have Haley Welch. Does anybody know? Does that name ring a bell? Before I pull up her picture, I want to know if anybody know who Haley Welch is. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone know who Haley Welch is? KP said she could have, just didn't have the right folks. It was a monetary transaction. Kawhi said she began an OnlyFans girl. Yes, rude gal. Haley Welch is the Hawk Tua girl. Do y'all remember that? That little 15 seconds of fame? When that became a meme, Hawk Tua, which I thought was so stupid. Yeah, Hawk Tua on that thing. So let's read about Haley Welch real quick. Yup, the Hawk Tua girl. So Haley Welch, commonly referred to as the Hawk Tua girl, is an American internet personality. She became an internet meme after being interviewed in a viral 2024 TikTok video in which she used a catchphrase Hawk Tua, an onomatopoeia for spitting as a form of oral sex, specifically fellatio. She is also known for her podcast Talk Tour and a cryptocurrency coin which faced criticism following release. So it says on June 11, 2024, a Vox Pop YouTube channel, Tim and DTV, owned by Tim Dickerson and Darius Marlowe, released a video featuring an interview with Welch in the Broadway district of Nashville, Tennessee, United States. Welch and another woman approached Dickerson and Marlowe and asked to be interviewed. The interview began with what Dickerson and Marlowe considered tamer questions, such as what makes you wifey material. Eventually, Dickerson and Marlowe stated Welch encouraged Marlowe to spice up the questions. Marlowe responded by asking, "What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?" Welch's reply in a strong southern accent was, "You gotta give him the hawk tour and spit on that thing," referring to spitting on someone's penis as a form of fellatio for lubricatory purposes. The next day, Marlowe uploaded the clip to TikTok, and almost immediately, other accounts across social media began reposting the video after scrubbing off the Tim and DTV watermark. Dickerson and Marlowe estimated that, oh, this is the one where they were filing the copyright claims. I got it mixed up. So Dickerson and Marlowe estimated that they filed at least 50 copyright claims in the days after they first published the clip. The original video had gone viral, receiving millions of views across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, spawning remixes and remakes of the original audio, and gaining Welch the nickname Hawk Tua Girl. The video and the phrase turned into a meme. I'm sorry, but I feel like this is just a symptom of the degeneration of America. That's what that's about. Now, I couldn't find her birth time, but she's a Cancer. So the Hawk to a girl. So she had Pluto conjoined the South Node of Sagittarius. That's your Sagittarius for you. So who was asking about Sagittarius? Ain't it? Somebody was asking about Sagittarius. She's coming from a Sagittarian past life with that South Node conjoined to Pluto. And that can make her sexually overt. So no wonder why she said Hawk Tua. I can't find that Sagittarius comment anymore. Amora girl said, she's my brother's age. They're not right in the head. I'm done. So wait a minute, let me go back. That Pluto and Sagittarius generation. I'm telling you, they got a dark sense of humor. Oh yeah, born in 2002. She's the same age as my son. All right, so she got that Pluto conjoined to the South Node in Sagittarius, which basically makes it easy to go viral, especially through comedy, comedic material, making people laugh. Okay, it was you. So you're saying she looked like one? She might be a Sag rising. I don't know her birth time though. So Saturn and Gemini trine Uranus and Aquarius. Remember I said that air trine can really help make people become big on social media. Gaining recognition on social media for what she says. Starting a trend. North Node in Gemini trine Neptune in Aquarius. An encounter on the street turns into video on social media. Mars at 0 degrees Leo conjoined to Jupiter in Cancer, becoming famous for her southern charm slash country girl vibe. Remember, I said Cancer is the sign that is dealing with the country bumpkin. And she definitely is exuding that country bumpkin energy with saying, spit on that thing, hop twa, and all that type of stuff. Now, the transits on June 12, 2024, when this video was posted. And she ended up quitting her job on June 27th of 2024 because she was getting so much attention and a lot of it I don't think was positive. So transiting Chiron and Aries was forming a sextile with her Saturn and Gemini. So this produced instant recognition, and especially for something that was kind of offbeat, which it definitely was. Transiting Neptune was at the 29th degree of Pisces, trying her Mars at 0 degrees Leo. Video results in popularity, especially with men. I wouldn't be surprised if she was getting a bunch of DMs by perverted men, especially with transiting Pluto and Aquarius, making a sesqui square with her North Node in Gemini. So I'm looking at this as her being compulsive leads to regret. She might have been drinking and might have, been too loose with her lips. And next thing you know, she's sinking ships at work with her family, being pestered. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was dudes in her DMs talking about, can you hawk Tua on my thing? Transiting South Node in Libra, square Mercury in Cancer. I don't think this experience was that positive for her due to these transits going down at the time. Receiving negative feedback. Kauai said they gave her a podcast deal. Wow. And again, Daniel wanted this video to be made because he is noticing that now you could go viral for practically anything. And she's a perfect example. You don't need to be talented. You don't even need to have more than a few brain cells, and you're going viral for saying hawk tour. You get a podcast. Make it make sense. But yeah, receiving negative feedback, publicizing private thoughts, transiting Jupiter in Gemini, square Venus in Virgo. Freedom of speech leads to being immodest. And again, she might have just got caught up in the whole hoopla on the street. And next thing you know, she's saying things that go against this Venus in Virgo. Because Virgo is about modesty. But then when you have Jupiter in Gemini squaring Venus in Virgo, you're liable to be immodest. Now, we're going to talk about two popular streamers. One of them, a lot of people probably know of or heard of. And the little bit I know of him is enough because to me, he's very annoying. And he's a perfect example of how you don't have to have talent nowadays to be famous, to have millions of subscribers. You don't even need to put out quality content. All you need to do is have the right mix in your chart, the right recipe, and you could get millions of subscribers. Kai Carlos Sinat the third, born December 16th. You notice Sagittarius is big in these examples. And again, Sagittarius deals with growth, expansion, things being the most, things being the greatest, the largest, the highest. So Kai Cenat is a Sagittarius, December 16th, 2001. He's an American online streamer, YouTuber, and internet personality who specializes in comedic live streams, comedic, that's Sagittarius, and videos. As of 2025, he is the most subscribed Twitch streamer in the world, as well as the most followed Twitch streamer with 20 million followers. He is a member of the streamer collective Any Means Possible, otherwise known as AMP. Considered as one of the most popular online streamers in the world, he is known for popularizing several viral phrases such as Riz, Phantom Tax, and Giat. Sinat has achieved significant milestones in the streaming community, notably becoming the first Twitch streamer to surpass 500,000 subscribers during his Mafiathon 2 subathon in November 2024, and repeating the feat with 1 million subscribers during his Mafiathon 3 subathon in September 2025. Catch this, y'all. Sanat is said to have a net worth of $35 million for being a Twitch streamer primarily. I never thought I would live to see the day where you could be a multimillionaire for just playing video games on a video. Crazy. But yeah, we're living in a new day. It's a new day, y'all. Which is hope. It should instill some hope in some of us. But again, if you don't have certain things in your chart, it's going to be very hard for you to get to these guys' levels. And again, they're not doing it on their own. They're being bolstered, they're being propped up by different platforms, different sponsors, celebrities, what have you. So Kai Cenat has Venus conjoined to Pluto and Sagittarius in the 10th house, which makes it very easy for him to go viral. Saturn and Gemini in the fourth trine Neptune in Aquarius. There's that air trine I speak of, perfect for being a streamer in the comforts of his home primarily. Uranus conjoined to his ascendant in Aquarius, trine North Node in Gemini. That is one of the chief aspects in his chart that makes him so popular. Breaking records as a Twitch streamer. So Sanaa has achieved significant milestones. I'm just rereading this in the streaming community, notably becoming the first Twitch streamer to surpass 500,000 subscribers during his Mafiathon 2 subathon in November 2024 and repeating the feat with 1 million subscribers during his Mafiathon 3 subathon in September 2025. KP said, him so chocolatey and handsome. He has Mercury conjoined to Chiron and Capricorn. So this is dealing with the catchphrases that he has gotten recognition for. So he is known for popularizing several viral phrases like Riz, Phantom, Tax, and Giat. Here is Kai Cenat with Kevin Hart. And Kai Cenat has rubbed elbows with a lot of celebrities. So Kai Cenat also has Sun in Sagittarius in his 10th house, sextile Uranus in Aquarius, which is a really good sextile for achieving mega growth on social media, online. Being funny and over the top leads to fans and followers. And the funny and over the top, the comedy that's coming from Sagittarius. This is also representing his long late night streams, the subathons. Again, on January 31st, Sanat began a month-long subathon titled Mafiathon, which featured guests such as G Herbo, NLE Choppa, that's my baby right there, Sky Jackson, KSI, DDG, Ruby Rose, and Autumn Falls. As of 2025, he is the most subscribed Twitch streamer in the world, as well as the most followed Twitch streamer with 20 million followers. Remember, I was saying when you hear the most, that's Sagittarius. He also has Moon in Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer. It said that he graduated from high school in 2019 and attended the State University of New York at Mooresville shortly after to study business administration. He dropped out in 2020 after struggling to keep up with both schoolwork and content creation. So this opposition is just showing how he dropped out of college in order to pursue his career. And then he has Mars and Pisces intercepted in his first house. That definitely helps him to be very successful, popular as a Twitch streamer. Perfect for being a streamer, a vlogger, but also makes him prone to being involved in scandals. And last but not least, we have another streamer, another very popular Twitch streamer. This one is called I Show Speed, and I believe somebody had already mentioned I Show Speed. Let me see who mentioned him. Spicy Black Phoenix. Yes. So I Show Speed is on my list as well. So let me pull up his story. And this is why when black people in America want to cry racism and oh, it's so hard to make it as a black person, especially as a black man in this country. Da, 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 da. Well, you got two of the most popular Twitch streamers. They're both black. So how did that happen if this country is so much against black people? The two biggest Twitch streamers are black American males. But the black man has it so hard. Come on, I'm tired of that narrative. Again, if you got the right hookup in your chart, it don't matter what race you are. You can become successful, you could go viral. Now, will you face some challenges that other races aren't going to face? Maybe so. But I'm tired of hearing that whole sob story about, oh, black men trying to keep a black man down, or it's so hard for a black man in America. Again, the two biggest Twitch streamers are two black males. Yeah, I get what you're saying, awkward. You said, yeah, but Kai Cenat is a minstrel. And it seemed like I Show Speed is kind of minstrel too. Oh, you're right, Drells. Aren't so Kai Cenat, I think he does have Caribbean roots. But they both were born in America, right? Hey, Causes. So you said, thanks for being up for pointing out the fact blacks can become successful. Yes, we can. And yeah, unfortunately, to really make it to the top, a lot of times you are going to have to be kind of clownish and coonish and all that type of stuff, be willing to sell your soul. We all know how the industry works, but you know what I mean? Like, if you really want to make it, you should not be using, your color as an excuse as to why you're not trying. But yeah, I Show Speed, aka Darren Watkins. So let me read about him. All right, so Darren Jason Watkins Jr., born January 21st, 2005, which makes him Aquarius. And, Aquarius is one of those signs that is good for becoming popular on social media. Okay, so Kai Cenat is Haitian. Okay. And then what is I Show Speed? Is he, let me see, I think he's just straight up American. So I Show Speed, or simply Speed, is an American YouTuber and online streamer. He is one of the most popular online streamers and internet personalities in the world. Watkins is known for his dramatic and energetic behavior showcased in his variety live streams, as well as in his real life streams in worldwide locations. He has been viewed as a cultural ambassador as his visits to countries often showcase their cultures and inventions to both domestic and international audiences. Watkins was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Registering his YouTube channel in 2016, he first posted gaming content. Watkins started gaining attention in 2021 due to his provocative and energetic behavior, such as barking and raging while gaming. So he was being very clownish, buffoonish. So Darren Watkins, aka I Show Speed, has Mars conjoined Pluto in Sagittarius in the fifth house. That's like the same hookup that Chris Crocker had, right? I believe Miss Chris Crocker had Mars conjunct Pluto and Sag. And I Show Speed has it. So just coming out the gate with that conjunction, coming out the womb, you're meant to be prominent in some way, shape, or form. In his respect as a gamer, because this conjunction is in the fifth house, but also he went the athletic route where he started to focus on soccer, and that's also the fifth house as well. Sagittarius being the comedy, but also the athletics as well. Easy to go viral, especially with comedy, outlandish antics, gaming, and sports. He's basically known for being over the top as a gamer. Watkins started gaining attention in 2021 due to his provocative and energetic behavior, such as barking and raging while gaming. So he has Mars and Pluto in the fifth trine, North Node and Aries in the ninth. This quote right here is dealing with this trine. In 2022, he began shifting focus towards soccer-related content, becoming an avid supporter of Cristiano Ronaldo, commonly revolving his content around his support for the player, which probably made him grow exponentially because you know how big soccer is worldwide. That was probably strategic on his part. In April 2021, Watkins' YouTube channel reached 100,000 subscribers. 2 months later, his channel reached 1 million subscribers. So in 2 months, he went from 100,000 subscribers to 1 million, which is almost unheard of. And my thing is, you're not going to do that on your own. The fact that he has Mars conjunct Pluto, and then Mars and Pluto are in trine with his North Node in Aries, that's basically showing, yeah, he was placed up there. He's a plant. He was propped up, he was bolstered, he's gaining a lot of outside support. He has Pisces on the eighth house cusp, which is perfect for viral videos. He also has Uranus and Pisces in the eighth house. Now, there was this situation where he showed his penis on screen accidentally, and YouTube didn't even spank him for it. So that shows you that he's basically a plant. They allowed that shit to slide. Let me get on a live stream and show so much as a pubic hair, I guess. They're gonna shut my whole channel down. But this dude gets to show his penis on a live stream, and YouTube didn't take down his channel. So showing his peen on screen, that's Uranus and Pisces in the eighth house. It says on August 16th during a live stream, Watkins jumped up from his seat due to being jump scared while playing Five Nights at Freddy's security breach and accidentally flashed his penis to a live viewership of 25,000 people. He subsequently ended and deleted the live stream. Viewers uploaded the clip of the incident onto social media and the term I show meat. But yeah, YouTube, exactly. That wasn't accidentally. That was on purpose. YouTube, are you screaming no because I said pubic hair? Well, no, but YouTube, let me read the part on Wikipedia where it says YouTube didn't even cancel him for that. Where is it at? And then he also was sexually harassing somebody. He had some pump and dump cryptocurrency scheme. He did some other crazy stuff too. But wait, let me get to the penis one. Wait, what year are we talking about? Okay, where is it? Okay, it must be up here. Okay, here it is. So this was in 2023. So YouTube declined to strike his channel or ban him from the platform due to the accidental nature of the incident. Come on now. But let that have been one of us doing that shit. Our channel would have been snatched. But he's making so much money for YouTube. That's why they kept him. But also, he's serving an agenda. It's basically dealing with the demoralization of society, the degeneration of society. So he's a Leo rising, which certainly helps him to be popular and famous. With Sun in Aquarius in the sixth house, that sixth house influence is showing that he could be very consistent on social media. He's like a regular fixture on social media. Jupiter in Libra trine Neptune in Aquarius. That's one of those air trines that can really make someone successful on social media, especially with Jupiter being in the mix. So this just shows ease in drawing a large crowd through video streaming and being a social media phenomenon. In August 2021, Watkins released his first single, Duty Booty, on his YouTube channel. Following its upload, the song quickly became popular on YouTube and other social media sites such as TikTok. In November, Watkins released a single titled Shake, which sampled both Ready or Not by the Fugees as well as Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles. The song's accompanying music video received over 211 million views on YouTube. And again, he's a plant. He's being propped up. He's being bolstered by YouTube and other social media platforms like Twitch. So a lot of these big time YouTubers and Twitch streamers, Mr. Beast included, for YouTube, I believe are plants. I believe a lot of this mega growth is not organic. It's being pumped out because they're trying to, carry out some type of agenda. They're trying to get some type of message. They want to dumb people down. They want people to act crazy like these two. But I think I Show Speed is the one that acts the most clownish. Kai Sanat, I heard he could be clownish, but I think he's more on the serious end. But honestly, both of them, they don't do I can't say they don't deserve the wealth they have, but they definitely don't have the talent to show for it. And I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so that concludes my video on the astrology of the viral video, or the astrology of going viral. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something and you found it enlightening. And thank you, Daniel, again for sponsoring this video. And I hope that you find it useful. And I hope that the suggestions I provided will, help you out. And good luck to your YouTube journey, your Instagram, TikTok, whatever platforms you're going to be posting on. Good luck to everybody who's trying to gain some traction on these platforms. It's not easy, let me tell you. But if you have some of the hookup, like I mentioned, it can be much easier than people that don't have it. So I'll leave y'all with that. Thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. I'll be back pretty soon because I got a video that's almost completed, and this one is going to be a good one. It's going to be deep, y'all. So stay tuned for that. And then I actually have 2 videos in the works that I'll be putting out pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you would like a reading, you could go to my website. I'll be posting the link in the description section after this live ends, but let me just post it here in case you would like a reading. And I do have some things in the works, but I'm not going to speak on it right now, but I'll tell y'all about it probably the next time I go live. I will be posting the link for the New Year's Eve party, my annual New Year's Eve party that I have every year. So stay tuned for that. I might post the link tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks again for tuning in. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.